Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming on today because I think in one of my last videos, or if maybe it was the last video, I was showing some of these fabric pockets that I was making because, you know, my computer crashed and I don't have it, so I was a little lost, and so I was just kind of catching up on some projects that I hadn't finished. So, let me just move this. Hold on one second. So, there was a request from Renee who wanted to know if I had a video showing how I made the fabric pockets. And on my phone, I can't go all the way back to view all my videos. So I thought there was. I just couldn't find one to definitely let her know, yes, there is, or no, there isn't. So I thought what I would do is come on and do a small kind of like a how-to. Now, this is in no way, shape, or form a tutorial, but it's kind of just like a, this is how I put it together, because I'm sure there's plenty of ways you can do it. This is just the way that I do it. So if you didn't see my other video, let me just show you what I was talking about. It was these little pockets that I was making. They're made with, well, for me, I used book page on the inside and then fabric on the outside, sewed around them. Actually, you know what? I have, is it some of these? No, hold on. I'm trying to find a good one because there's some that got messed up. I had to kind of fix my sewing machine last night. See what it was doing to me? Oh, no, you can't see. Look at that. So a bunch of them, they kind of got messed up. But as you can see this has black thread, so it's easier to see. But I have to take the stitches out of those and redo it. But yeah, and then on my finished ones, what I do is I put some Velcro right here, so that way it closes, and I'll put a nice big button on the front. Some I do have, like the earlier ones that I made, I think I have like flowers and stuff on the front of them, or lace, but the later ones, I have a nice big button, which I really like it. Let me show you. So these are my completed ones. So see how early on I would do something like this. Or even button and a lace. Kind of like that. But then the ones that I've done more recently, which these ones actually sell better at the craft fair when I go, the ones with just the plain simple button on the front of them. So I just started doing the plain simple buttons because that's what ended up selling for me at my craft fairs. So these are finished already, and then I was finishing up some more, and I thought I would take the opportunity to sort of show you what I do. And of course, like I said, everybody does it differently. This is just the way I do it. So I have a piece of paper that I want to make into my envelope. You can use any type of paper you want. You can use a book page. You can use, I'm using some coffee dyed paper just for now, because this is one of the cutoffs from when I was cutting down a piece of paper. And I found this just scrap laying on my desk, which I'm just going to use just to demonstrate. And of course, as you can see, it's a much smaller piece than, you know, my regular ones, but I think the little ones are also cute too. And it actually sort of, kind of put another idea into my head. All the little scraps that I always keep when I cut down my paper, when I'm making my journals, they're all about this size. Why not make a bunch of small pockets too? So I might be doing that as well. So what I did is I folded this one up to the size of the pocket that I want. So here's going to be the top, and then here is the little pocket inside. Normally I would probably cut off, see this little extra piece, but I decided just to keep it in there, folded it over, and then fold it like that. Plus it'll also kind of strengthen the little mouth part of the pocket, but you don't have to have it on there. So what I do now, actually, let me get, sorry for reaching. Oopsies. Okay. Get my glue stick. I'm just gonna, just for now, glue this down, just so I remember. That's really not part of it. But then what I would do is I would take a piece of material, And what I'd want to do is lie it kind of down. I mean, there's no measuring to it. If it's crooked, it's crooked. It doesn't really matter too much. Because, actually, you know what? I want this. I see this flower here, and I kind of want that to be on the flap. So I'm just going to place it right here. I think that's kind of right. Like that. So I would lay it down like this. And what I would first do is put some glue. And I just use my glue stick because it doesn't really matter because we're sewing this. But just to kind of stay put, I'll glue it with my glue stick down. Oopsies, just a little bit. So that one goes there. And see, I mean, it's not perfectly straight. It's a little crooked, but I don't mind. Then I'm going to glue this part. All right. Like that. And then glue this part right here, like so. All right, so we have this all folded down now. Not folded down, glued down. Now, see how you can see this one and this one? It's, the material is wrapped over on both sides to give the edge like a finished edge. So that means we don't want to cut it here. We want to cut it like here somewhere. That way we can fold this piece over. And then the same thing with this. Now, where is my scissors? Let me try to use these ones. I think this is okay. So I'm going to try to sort of guess where I'm going to be cutting. If I fold it over, I don't know, like right here. And again, of course, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's being folded and you'll never see this part anyway underneath. So don't worry if you cut it crooked a little bit, it's okay. So I'm going to just glue this down a little bit here to kind of hold this material like that. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. And this side, depending on how far down you want it, like here's my crease right here. See it? And I bring mine almost to the crease only because I want you to see the underneath. I could have put material all the way down, but I think it's kind of fun when you can see what kind of paper you've used underneath of it. Underneath of it. I don't even know if that's the right phrase. But so that way, see where my crease is right here, and I just put it to here. Or, you know, I guesstimate. Everything is a little bit different. So you put it where you want to put it for your own, like, way you'd want to. I think I'm going to do, like, right about here. Let's see how that looks. So, yeah, I think that's fine. And of course, you know, if you want to pull up some of the string here, you know, to make kind of like that rough edge, like the little, not rough, but it's kind of like, it's not so straight, kind of frayed. That's the word I'm looking for, frayed. So I usually like to pull out a couple, see? So that way, when it comes down, you see how it looks? Okay. Now, what I am going to do, this side here, this is the top flap, remember? It's going to come like this. Because this here does not get sewn, we have to make sure we have enough glue here to hold this down. So what I usually do, and this is the only time I somewhat measure, not even really, but kind of just somewhat. This all right here has to be really, really glued nice. So I'm going to use this glue for now. You can use Fabri-Tac too if you want. Just something that you know is going to definitely stick because we don't want it to pop up, even though the sides are going to be sewn. I just want to make sure that it is definitely glued good. All right, so that is going to be like that. now you're going to say, oh my gosh, there's some stuff on the edge. Don't you worry, we're going to cut it. Let me just move everything sort of aside. And I mean, if you're good with scissors, you can use scissors. I'm not good with scissors because I tend to cut really, really crooked. So I use my thingamabob, this. And what I do is I go to the very edge of the paper, and then I go just a tad bit further, just to give it like a little, oops, let me hold that up. See, I don't go all the way to the edge. I give it a little border. You don't have to. You can go all the way to the edge. It's up to you. I just like to have like a little, I don't know, a little extra. Okay, so now we have this, see? And it's going to fold up like this, fold down like this. Now comes the sewing part. And this is just really basically, this is the most work you're going to have to do up until this point. Sewing is easy. So basically, I will show you, because my sewing machine's way over there, so I can't show you what I'm sewing, but I'm going to tell you, and that way you'll understand because you'll see my final things. So, what I do first, here's the top flap, okay? And here's this bottom flap that's going to make the pocket. I want to sew right here just to make it look finished. So what I do first, I put it in my sewing machine, and I'll sew this way, okay? Then, after I sew that way, and I can't use my sewing machine right now because it's still, I haven't completely fixed it, so I don't want to sew it and then it's going to get all messed up. So after I sew this part here, see again, it's like that, I'm going to lay it on my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew all the way around. So I'm going to start here, I'm going to go down, and this is the bottom of our pocket here. I'll rotate it, and I'll sew again here. When I get to this area here, because this is where it's going to be most like tugged on, I'll do a couple back stitches just to kind of firm this up, and I'm going to keep going all the way up, and I'm going to turn it, and again, this is the top part of the flap. Do that, turn it, and then I'm going to come all the way down. And here again, a couple back stitches because I want this and this to be tight, because when you're bringing stuff in and out, you don't want it to rip. So you really want your stitches tight here. And then come all the way down, and then that will be finished. And then basically, the finished product is going to look like this. So I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Do you see the stitching here? Okay. And then I just stitched all the way around, and it makes a pocket. So this will make a pocket just like that. And then after, you decorate it however you want. So if you want to put a little Velcro in here, you can definitely put a little Velcro. That way your pocket will stay shut. I mean, if you're really good, if you want to put like a little button or a snap, you know, you can make the cut and put like a button through, or, you know, however you want to do it. I like Velcro because it's fun and it's easy. So there's that. Decorate the front however you want, you know, do it up however you want. But that's basically the steps I personally use to make my fabric pockets. Let's see here. Like this. So there it is. So you have a little pouch here, and then you have the Velcro and a little decorative button here. Or again, you know, you can dress it up and put lace on it. But what I also like to do, sometimes I like to send thank you gifts out when somebody purchases something. So I'll fill this with like vintage playing cards or some bits of ephemera. Just kind of like, it's nice. But also, these are all really good too if you make it, I thought I had a different one. But like, you know, if you didn't want to put something on here, and you wanted to make the closure, maybe use stronger Velcro or something, you could even use it as a little wallet in your purse or something for your credit cards. Let me see, I have credit cards here, but I can't really put those up. But like, here's like, I think this is a Michael's gift card. Oh no, this one's Walmart. But see, It would be the perfect thing to put there. But they would also make perfect if you're giving away a gift card as a present. Instead of wrapping the gift card, you can put it in here and look it. Doesn't that make a fun little box? Not a box, but like something to put a card, like a gift card into. So I hope this helps. If anybody out there wants to try to make some of these too, I mean, they're so fun to make. I love them. If my sewing machine would, you know, stop kind of acting up, I could get some more done. But right now I'm kind of taking it apart, cleaning it out, tightening and doing all this stuff. I watched some videos last night, so now I really think I'm some expert sewing machine person. I'm a sewing machine whisperer. Yeah, no, not really. But I'm trying to fix the sewing machine on my own. That way I don't have to spend money to take it out. And right now, I don't think there's anybody out there that would be able to fix my sewing machine because those places are probably closed. So I'm just doing my best to do it myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too confusing. And definitely try your hand at making some of these. Trust me, they're going to be addicting and you're going to love them. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.